guys, and welcome back for another video. So today we're going to be reacting to a young lady who had to completely ghost a guy because he gave her such bad sex.
Alright y'all, so like I said in the intro, I'm basically going to be talking about one of my worst sex experiences ever. We're just going to call Buddy Shane. So I met Shane off Instagram a couple of months ago and we were talking for a very long time. And a very long time before we actually met. So the reason why I felt so comfortable meeting with him or whatever and even doing the do was because we had great chemistry. Like, I felt like we could talk about anything. So prior to me actually meeting Shane, it was conversations that we had where, you know, he was hyping himself up and saying that, you know, he a beast in the bedroom and he, you know, he know what to do, and me being a low-key freak that I am, I was interested. I'm hyping him up too because I'm like, okay, shit, he probably, you know, doing, you know, he probably giving what he said he give it. And mind y'all, we, you know, he did go ahead and send me a picture, and you know, he was packing. The dick was there, okay? The dick was there. So I'm like, shit, okay, sis, you know. So, you know, he sent me the picture or whatever, and I'm like, okay, you know, he packing, and being a low-key freak that I am, I'm fucking with it. That's how I wasn't in school, so it was kind of a lot more easier for me to find the time. So I'm like, all right, cool. So we planned to do the do on a Friday. So the day comes, and y'all, he is not missing texting me. Like, he is up before me, texting me like, are you, like, I'm so ready, like, are you ready, blah blah blah. But I'm like, hold on now, that's kind of like a red flag because you seem a little too excited. Like, you ain't even had no pussy before. Like, why are you so excited? And fast forward, he goes to work, I go to work. So I want to say it's maybe around 7 o'clock, and he texts me. He's like, okay, I'm gonna come get you around 8. So I get dressed, you know, like when we gon' do the do, you know, we.
Okay, I'm sorry, but I find it a little bit strange that she is weirded out that a guy is excited to meet up and have sex with her. I mean, wouldn't you want a guy to be excited to be with you? Like,
actually, maybe she's weirded out because she don't actually get those many guys wanting to have sex with her. So, I'm just saying.
No.
Like that.
Hey, listen, I mean, to each his own. You know, there are guys that may prefer larger women and things like that. But it's just one of those things where, you know, young ladies need to be careful about the type of videos that they put out, because what if she ends up with a guy in the future and he sees something like this and he's like, wow, you know, you have your chest hanging out, you're talking about how you got your freak on with somebody you met on Instagram. Like, that's hard to kind of like trust, because it sounds like you like to get down, you know? So I don't know if this is a good image type video.
Social media is the killer of relationships.
Definitely.
Do everything. We shave, you know, we make sure we wash down there smelling like water. We make sure, like, you know, we make sure our hygiene is up to par because, you know, we gonna either be in a hot room, you know. Sex, honestly, is like, I want to say, it's like exercise. So, you know, shit gets steamy, get hot, it gets sweaty, and you don't want the room smelling like pussy. If you don't know what that is, just ass, dick, and pussy. So, therefore, I'm like, I gotta smell good. I don't know about you. Alright, so he comes to get me. He actually comes right on time. That's how I knew the nigga wanted some pussy. Like, I mean, how can you blame him? But anyway, so we got to his house and we didn't get to it right away because with me, I feel like when you jump into sex like right away, if y'all haven't already been out, it's kind of weird because the sex never comes out to how you expected it to be. We agreed silently, like, okay, we're not going to sit up here and just rush into it. So he puts on a movie, he orders food, we're talking, you know, we're eating, and you know, he was like, oh, do you want something to drink? And when I say something to drink, I don't mean like juice. I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about liquor, y'all. So I'm like, yeah, like, what you got to drink? I fuck with Patron. And if you don't know, Patron make you shown. So I was like, cool. Oh, baby, it's time to fuck. So that's exactly how that went. So, you know, I'm ready. He's ready. Now let's go. So we take us to the bedroom and basically laid in bed. And, you know, he took my clothes off. You know, I took his clothes off, and we're laying there. And, you know, we get to kissing and, you know, touching, and then I'm like, ooh, this nigga for the give me that dick. That nigga for the give me that dick. So I'm like, I'm excited. So, you know, sis is, she could sense the excitement because it was giving waterfall. It was giving ocean. So I'm like, sis knew. He gets on top or whatever. And no, he didn't get on top. I got on top first or whatever. And I'm like, so as he's trying to push it in or whatever, he being so rough. So I'm like, buddy, calm down. Like, you got a horse, and this is the last tunnel. Now, no, like, this not a big ass tunnel. So he's like, all right, I got you. So then I'm realizing, y'all, that he can't find a hole. And I know
Now, is that really his fault, or do you think that it's hers at that point? Like, we can kind of see that she's not a small person, so there's probably a lot of crack for him to try to figure out where the hole lies. I mean, maybe he's never been with a big girl before. This was his first time, and he needed to know, like, okay, with big girls, you know, the metrics, and, you know, you gotta just measure and make sure, like, I don't know.
You know what? He messed up as soon as when he let her get on top of him. I mean, shoot. While we playing, and shoot, he was probably just trying to make sure that his boy wouldn't get crushed under all that. Shoot. He should have hit her from behind. That way, it's like, shoot, at least her weight ain't on him. She got to figure out how to balance her own weight up.
Oh, wow. You ain't even right. That shit ain't that small where you cannot find it. I know it's not. Like, I know it's not. So, he can't find it. So I'm like, all right, maybe, you know, since he's drunk or whatever, let me help him. So I help him, and, like, he just forces the shit in. So I'm like, well, damn, like, fucking, like, damn, slow down. So that was already red flag 1. I think that's 2. So I'm like, all right, and I'm like, yeah, this ain't it. Like, this whole riding shit is not it, because us women, 2 minutes max, and we get the fuck up off. So it's his turn to get on top. Y'all, can I just tell y'all that this man was, like, short stroking me? Like, if you know what short stroking is, I'm gonna show y'all, like, with a picture. I'm gonna show y'all exactly what it looks like. So, mind you, he's not even inside. So he's short stroking my thigh, not even my hole. Tell him, like, you do know you're fucking my thigh, not my, you know, my hole. He's like, oh shit, my bad. Like, I thought that was in. So I'm like, see, that's your problem. You're moving too fast. And then he finally puts it in, and he's still short stroking. So I'm like, what the fuck? Like, baby, you talking all this good shit over text message and over the phone, but you ain't performing how you supposed to. So I'm like, all right, now it's time to get it for the back. So I'm like, okay, it's time to throw that ass back and let him do what he do. Y'all think this man did what he was supposed to do? For as big as his dick is, I didn't feel shit. So I asked him, I'm like, you do know I don't feel shit. Like, I asked him, I said, so wait, are you, like, is this your first time fucking? Because that's what it's giving. He said, nah, like, I haven't really had that much experience. Okay. You know, being that, you know, he has the size that he has, I'm like, all right, you know, maybe we can just work around it. You know, maybe he knows something. So I'm like, all right.
So, do you see what I mean when I said, like, all of this stuff that she's saying is not, like, it's not giving me wife material, if we're gonna use her terminology at that point, because you're really putting out a bad image. I don't know. That's why I brought this video out, because I just was like, this is a warning to, like, young ladies. You may think this kind of stuff, these thought little story times are cute, but they're really gonna have an effect on you, because this kind of stuff is out there forever.
Really? Because to me, I just look at it as a warning to guys. This chick just got too much cushion for the pushing. Don't even try. Hey,
Right. I mean, maybe that's what it is, or maybe I feel like maybe she ended up with a guy that probably hadn't had a lot of experience, certainly not with a large woman, because, I mean, it just sounds like he wasn't able to please her, but
Well, at least that explains why he was so desperate to go after her.
why say that?
Because he hadn't had a lot of experience. I mean, I don't know. I can't
What are you
say.
trying to say? Like, you're saying that she's the kind of girl that would be easy because of what?
I'm not trying to say she would be easy, no, because in this day and age, even the most ratchet, horrible looking chicks think they are like Beyonce. So I won't say that she's easy, but I will say as a guy, it'd be like, okay, well, I might have a better chance at getting the big girl and, seeing how it goes from there before I try to work my way up. You gotta start small and work your way up.
Start small by starting big.
Okay, well, in his case, he took a giant step, but maybe he got to take a step somewhere.
I guess so. That was a giant
of
leap.
1,000 miles begin with one step.
Oh wow.
Let me just go ahead and make him lead, because at that point I was leading. I wanted the certain positions and the situations and whatever was going on. Y'all, this man was putting me in all type of situations and positions and all type of shit I don't need to be in. I'm not saying big girls can be flexible, but I am not that type of big girl. I am not flexible. So one leg on top of the headboard, the other leg on the bed, like that shit was so awkward and so uncomfortable. I was like, yeah, I can tell you new to this shit. The whole time me and this man was trying to have sex, because we didn't have sex. I don't know what the fuck that was. He fucked my thigh most of it. So not only was you fucking my thigh, you was a short stroker. And then mind you, a low key, he kind of stank too. But I didn't smell that till after the fact. After it was all said and done, because at that point I already had told him to get the fuck up off me. Like, it was done, get the fuck up off me. Why you made it seem like you was going to be giving this type of energy, but you gave me, like, you ain't have no type of, like, you ain't have no dick type of energy. So he was like, this is, like, I never really had real sex. I was just a virgin maybe 2 months ago. It's nothing, I don't see nothing wrong with a nigga being a virgin, but me personally, I'm not gonna deal with a nigga that's a virgin, because I expect you to know what the fuck to do. Like, what I did, I told his ass, you know what? Alright, it's time for me to go. So, at this point, I'm so aggravated. The liquor is gone out of my system. Like, I'm sober as fuck. I'm irritated as fuck. And I'm like, I'm ready to go home. So I go ahead and get dressed. He go ahead and get dressed. And, I'm so aggravated with him. And usually we would talk, like, because I'm pretty sure, like, even if you're not with somebody, you do sometimes argue with that person. And then, you guys are able to fix it. But on the ride home, it was so silent. It was so awkward. He knew he fucked up. He knew I was aggravated. He knew I was ready to go the fuck home. So home, didn't say shit, y'all. I just got out of the car, slammed the door, and walked in the house. And I blocked him.
I actually feel kind of bad for the guy. I mean, not only was that like your, second time having sex, but then the girl like completely blasted you online, and it's not like she was that bad of a chick. I mean, let's just be honest. She's like a 2. Like,
you know what really irritates me? What really irritates me is, yes, I get that she got on saying, yes, he was a virgin, he couldn't do good or whatnot. But what were you doing? That's the thing, because apparently she wasn't giving him much to work with, because she's got on top of him and only lasted 2 minutes. 2 minutes and then I was done. That's
she
all
wasn't flexible.
She wasn't
so
flexible.
So how many positions was she able to do?
Shoot.
Like pretty much just missionary and bend over, like
and y'all can see how big she is. Shoot, if he was a skinny guy like me, I bet you he was struggling to keep one of them legs up. He was probably huffing and puffing, just trying to get the. Screw this. Too.
That's why he was short stroking her, because it's like so much meat to probably pass through or something.
She
I don't know.
I bet you she couldn't even hold her own leg
and
up.
then he kept getting her in the thigh. It's probably because, it was so tight all the way around that he didn't know what he was in at that point. Like, you got so much meat.
And let's just be honest. Was the lights on or were they off? Because she seemed like she'd be probably a light, soft type of girl. And if you got a chick that got a lot of folds and you trying to find that one slit within the folds.
A lights off type of girl? Now, what exactly does that mean?
Y'all know.
Oh, all right. Well, you guys tell us what you think. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And we'll see you next time.